feels as if it's running right next to the sea. It's well worth the visit, if just for this gorgeous view. The train was really crowded, but we could just tune out, put some headphones in and look out the window. It took a couple of hours, but before long we were heading into the Cornish seaside views. Loved seeing these little boats bobbing around as the tide was either coming in or out. The weather seemed to get better and better the closer we came to Cornwall. I loved the little cute train stations. This one is Bodmin Parkway. Before long we were passing St Michael's Mount, and then we knew we weren't far from Penzance. And as we stepped off the train, this is the view we had. Puffy white clouds, calm seas in the harbour, really beautiful. We walked across the harbour and soon came into view the place we're staying tonight. It's called the Dolphin Tavern and it's right on the quay. Let's have a look around the bedroom. I always like to test the cushions and the bedding for squishiness, and this was a good squishy one. And over here, some really nice tea and coffee, biscuits and special spring water, nice kettle, and more lovely sea view prints, handy table and chair. And I love the window, really low down and cottagey feeling. Lovely view of the working quay, and the ferries come in here to the Isles of Scilly, which is definitely going to be a future trip. I love the fabric on the curtains. Oh, there's the Welsh lady. She does love to sneak into these videos. Nice, well-appointed bathroom. Beautiful white tiles and everything you need, including some honey toiletries. That's a nice little extra touch. Love the fake sunny flowers in the window box, very cheerful. And they've left some binoculars to look at the gorgeous views across the sea. Yeah, love the window. As the weather was kind, we decided to explore Penzance. My favourite part was this 1920s Lido. It was closed today, but absolutely gorgeous. Some quirky buildings. This one is from 18-something, in the fashion of all things Egypt as they were at the time. Lovely sleep, followed by a hearty cooked breakfast, toast, and a lovely selection of Tiptree preserves, and a lovely cup of coffee to wash it all down. The weather wasn't so kind on the next day, so we took public transport. We took a bus around to Mousel and St Ives. Here's the lighthouse at St Ives, and I thought all my lighthouse fans would love to see around this one. It seems to be made of cast iron, and it's not overly tall, but as I don't have the book with me, I can't tell you how tall. Even on grey, cloudy days, the sea in Cornwall is always a beautiful colour, and the sand looks pristine and golden. As you can see, the weather was just getting worse. We filled our time all day long until the evening, when it was time to come back to Penzance train station. We had booked a cabin on the Night Riviera. This is something we've wanted to do for a very long time, and the main reason we came to Penzance. When you book a night cabin, you get access to this rather lovely lounge with refreshments, soft drinks, biscuits. At 10:15, it was time to board. I felt so excited, almost magical, like taking part in Polar Express. The platform was really quiet. Here's the beautiful Night Riviera carriages, and it was an extremely long train. Richard pointed out the markings on it, pointing out it is in fact the Night Riviera. And yeah, like I said, like boarding the Polar Express. Such a long train, it was quite a long walk, but we enjoyed peeking in at all the carriages. You don't have to book a cabin, you can have seats which recline, but we wanted the full experience for this. Eventually, after a very long walk, almost the length of the entire platform, we found our carriage. Yeah, this is the right one. And then we made our way down a very narrow corridor to find our cabin. It's really hard walking through a narrow corridor with our rucksacks. But here we are, a very compact cabin. We had to take it in turns to go in and unpack. It is so narrow, but equally so cosy. You've got a bedside table here, and they provide little mini bars of soap. The table flips up, and lo and behold, you've got your very own hand basin with running water, sockets and light switches. We decided to go back down those very narrow corridors to find the bar and have a celebratory drink. We had a glass of wine in the bar. The bar really is a very smart, sleek room, and it felt like the start of a very special holiday. So, cheers to us.